Okay, now we can say, hi, this is Alyssa.
This is backwards. Now I'm all confused.
I know, I almost didn't say my name.
I'm Julie.
Hi,
This is
Cabin
Stitching.
at Stitching.
This is Stitching at the Cabin.
Oh, that.
Stitching
yeah.
channel. About stitching.
Yes, mostly,
Stuff.
for the most part.
Kinda. Yeah, and no.
It's actually
mostly
a
not about
pretty
stitching.
small portion of the channel, but it starts out with stitching and then we just
Sometimes.
diverge into other things, so stay for stitching.
Today is Wednesday, August
12.
2020.
Nailed it. That's so good.
It wasn't
perfect.
August this time. It was just
August.
plain old August.
Plain old August.
She doesn't have to rush home this time. So.
No, although I am hungry.
And I do have a timer set, so if it goes off, it just means we need to stop and start again, because the camera shuts off after.
New camera.
Yeah. And I bought a microphone that's different than the microphone I had for that camera, so we'll see if the sound is better. If it's not, I don't know what we're gonna do, and then y'all gonna have to vote on whether you want good sound or good picture quality, because in that case you can't have both.
Although they're just not going to see this episode because I don't have backup audio recording. So
True. And I can't remember what I was gonna say. Old age. All right.
okay. Anyways,
So here's keto. I am literally 2.5 lines from the bottom. Not squares, lines from the bottom.
can't believe she didn't finish it today. So
I had
disappointing.
to work. I have
So
a job.
Disappointing.
I have to work at 8 a.m. and it
She
was
should have
like
gotten up earlier.
7:59.
Don't you agree? She should have gotten up earlier.
I got up at 5 something.
Should have gotten up earlier.
So that's the bottom right there, in case you got confused about what a bottom is.
It looks thick.
It is thick. So then I'll start at the top, which is here, in case anyone's confused. And I don't know if I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, I don't know. But I'll go down and we'll see what happens. I don't know how soon skin comes, I mean,
It's
I
not.
guess you can't really see it.
I can't
but,
tell you.
But, I mean, that's a butt ton of hair. I've gotten out of the pearls. I'm looking at keto up there on the wall.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you,
you
Joanne.
have gotten
See
out
what
of the
I'm
pearls.
saying?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
the next page, I think you're going to be touching her eye forehead.
I was really concerned with what you thought I'd be touching, and then you said eye, and I was even more concerned, and then
Eye forehead. The
What is
forehead right by the eye.
That's an eye forehead?
Like temple, but her temple's covered, so eye forehead.
My eye forehead itches.
No, that's just forehead. Gosh.
Well, so what's eye forehead?
Like right here. Like eye forehead.
That's just
Eye
forehead.
No, this is forehead. This is eye forehead. Like almost temple, but if your hair is covering it.
Okay,
Eye
so
forehead.
some medical person, please tell us what this is called right there. Well,
Brow bone.
it's not your temple, and it's not your forehead. It's the what is that? Okay, so I finally finished that dang nabbit square on my Chatelaine.
That you have not been enjoying.
It's the only thing on the Chatelaine that I have really been like, I don't like this. But I finished it. The square is done. Well, I mean, except for beads, but all the specialty stitches, the back stitching, the cross stitching,
Yeah.
everything stitching's done except beading. So that is done.
Woo.
And I started there. Then I went to go here, and
Oh,
I
you
ended
did
up
work on
pulling it
that.
out because it didn't seem to
Uh-oh.
fit in the right spot. I was like, something's off. So I came up here because that one, you can't really miss.
Yeah.
So that all seemed fine.
So
And I
do
did a
you-
whole lot of counting, and it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. It's just this little green
Yeah.
schnabel is up one, not even an entire stitch. It's just one little hole too high.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's going to matter, but it's not too
You
far
just gotta
either
remember
way.
when you stitch it.
Yeah, I just have to be careful. I may end up covering up like that little schnabel of a green, but
Whatever.
I don't think anyone's gonna know or care.
Would you ever?
So yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I was hoping to finish finish it this year, but I mean, once I do this, which takes quite a bit of time because it's like those, then I have to do one more square like that, but hopefully less intense. And then there's all this border. It's kind of like two borders, sort of. And then I have to go back and do all the beading. So I know work was busy with this, but there was also a bit of, I don't enjoy this, so I kind of procrastinated some, Usually when it's anything else, I'll pick it up. Do you like not being able to
Yeah,
see?
it's really great.
I'll pick it up for, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just do a few stitches, and then put it back down, get back to work. But with that, I was like, no, I don't want to pick that up. So I really didn't do as much as I normally would. Those little onesie-twosies, when you do stuff, it actually really adds up.
Yeah,
so
it does.
I'm hoping now that I'm in this other section that I'll get the momentum going again. So, I mean, it is possible to finish this year. Highly unlikely. I mean, it's
possible.
It's August.
Yes.
So, we've got
5 more months.
Yeah, I hope you saw last episode so I'm not saying like Jew August. I'm saying Juuu.
Like we didn't know if it was July or August, so we
June.
said July,
August. June, July, August. June, August. Just to be clear, this is not.
That's okay.
Just to be clear. Okay, so my spinny weenie was Language of the Flowers. I looked right past it. I'm like,
just looking at what you crossed off. What you crossed off on your list.
Oh, that didn't come.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Some of my haul did not arrive. So
we got a camera, Mike. That's part of our haul.
I had that in the other, but we've already covered it, so we're putting through this other stuff.
Yeah, we are.
So this is Language of the Flowers. Rosewood Manor.
You like this
one. I love this one. Look, it has flowers and then the word, like azalea, and then it says, like, what that means. Alphabetically.
It's the language of the flowers.
It doesn't know what U is. There was another one too, I thought.
Yeah, U.
Yeah, U is confusing. Oh, I think there is no X. Oh, no, there's X. I don't know. I thought there was another one, but,
There's no U flower?
There's no U flower. Oops. I'm pointing at the violet saying there's no U. No, there's no U.
That's sad.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So this is on
sand. I don't know if it's 32 or 28 count. Picture this plus sand. It's probably 28 count because that's kind of my go-to. But there you go. Isn't it amazing?
Do you want me to hold this?
Isn't it amazing?
Yes, I can see from the back. The tans are great.
It's folded so she can't even see the back of the back. So, yeah, I had most of this.
Oh. I want to see it.
I had most of this done and the A. So I did the Zalia and the words and then pretty much everything else. So the first page ends like, oh, don't snag, like, my, and then it goes down a little ways. So I started on that because I'm just sort of jumping between colors. This one I love. I love the colors. I love the way it looks. But I wouldn't recommend it for anyone that's really opposed to stopping and starting. Because you can't just carry over. You can't travel.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot more colors in here than it just kind of looks from a distance. So I tend to, like in this little thing, there's a little blue, like right there, which is also over there. So that's why I'm over here. What are you looking at?
I'm looking to see if you stopped and started with the dark purple. Because I wouldn't have, but I was trying to see if you did.
I didn't have to with the dark purple because it's...
Well, but like, look, there's like a gap right here.
But I did a really good job of going like...
gaps.
Logically to keep from making
like.
big gaps. Like sometimes you skip stuff, and it's DMC. It's not variegated, so you can, do stitch.
Yeah.
I'm sure that has a name. I think it's the sewing method. No, that's that other... I don't know. Doesn't matter.
How cool.
You don't come to us for sewing knowledge, stitching knowledge. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
No.
But I really like it. Every little... I'm gonna say it, Kim. Every little motif... every little motif is like a different finish. And it's... Well, a different style. It's like a different project. And it's just so exciting to see the colors. And I think, I don't think I'm gonna like that color, but I'll do it. And then I'm like... I like that color. So
yeah?
I am loving this project. I could have definitely continued working on that for many, many, many more decades, but...
Maybe the wheel will
The wheel.
give you more joy.
The wheel is opinionated.
Yeah.
The wheel's crabby. Like a crabby old me woman.
Yes.
So that was that in my Christine bag. I'm not saying that like a braggy way. I'm just saying, isn't it so pretty?
Yes, you are.
So
Look at it. I have one.
I'm just stealing this show.
I
I'm
know.
wearing jammies and they really clash with the shirt I'm wearing, so I'm trying to keep
yeah.
my legs down, but if you happen to accidentally see, it's not intentional, it's just really bad taste. Like I took a shower and I'm all wet and I just threw on.
Yeah. I'm wearing a Jacob shirt that's like way too big. I didn't really think about it that we're filming and actually would be cute, but
I oddly don't have a lot of jammy tops. Like the jammy top that goes with these pants is cute.
But it's long
It's
sleeve.
Looney Tunes actually, but it's long sleeve and
Yeah.
it's, 872 degrees.
that comment.
Yeah, that comment cracked me up. Dinosaur pet in somebody else's house told her what, like 88,000 degrees Fahrenheit was because she misunderstood what I said. I was highly amused by that comment. Anyway, so it's long sleeve. So I actually don't seem to have a lot of sets that are multi...
Yeah.
I was going to say generational. That's not it.
No.
Multi-climatical.
Yeah.
Ooh. Climatic? It's not climatic.
Climatized.
Climatological? Multi-climatological.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah. Okay. He doesn't go in the garage anymore.
Right.
And he's still working late every night. Which you'd think would cause me to have a lot more stitching time. But oddly, it cuts it off a lot. A lot. A lot. I've only stitched one night this week so far.
Wow.
And only for a few minutes. So you're not going to see a huge change. But, rather than spinning the wheel,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, I'm just going to work on something that's already on a Q-snap, that I want to work on, that's close by, that I can just grab and do.
Language of the flowers.
No, it was not on the Q-snap.
Yeah, that's easy to fix.
So, I didn't have my scissors with me. I didn't have my threader with me. I threaded 4 strands of DMC without a threader. And since I still didn't have the scissors, I didn't cut the stuff from last week that was still sticking out, and now I have more stuff.
Right.
So I did work on the Afghan. The Christmas Afghan. Let me see if I can find the pattern. Just in
Good
case
luck.
y'all don't know what it looks like. Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42, is working on the Halloween one.
Okay.
And I'm so bad with the name of this one. It's something like, I'm going to butcher this and I apologize if you're watching. Hallie Stitches Big Things? Something along those lines. If you can find her, you should check her out. Probably not from my description. She told me she's already done, or at least started, I'm not sure if she's done or not, the Christmas Afghan, and she's all kitted up to do the Halloween Afghan, which really makes me want to start the Halloween Afghan, which is in my wish list that I still haven't bought, but, one Afghan at a time.
Maybe one at a time.
So that is the Christmas one. Alyssa's also working on that, but not this week. I
Nope.
don't think.
Nope.
So it really didn't do a whole lot. You're not going to see a big difference. I did that. I did red.
That's progress.
That's what I did.
The border never ends.
I did red. I mean, I'm not saying you need to take a picture for the before and after
I'll
because
take a picture.
it's
That way I have proof, I did more than you.
you definitely did more than me. Although I did a ton on keto, so
Yeah, you did.
overall I may have still done more this week.
Maybe. I
But-
did a lot of stitches, guys. A lot. A lot.
Oof. So I don't want to leave that on Q-snap too long because I don't want it to but I pick it up when it's on the Q-snap. So
That one's kind of hard to put on the Q-snap because of all the extra fabric. So
we'll see if he ever goes back out in the garage. I did complain to him the other night. I'm like, you don't go in the garage anymore. I had this whole wheel planned. I had this whole thing, and you messed it up.
yeah.
Love you. So far it hasn't changed anything.
Right.
So that just leaves a temperature tree for me. So
Okay, so let's do the temperature tree. And then we'll hand it off to me.
I think I am not. Sorry, cabin neighbors were talking to me. I don't think I didn't update today, so
I did.
yesterday's leaf, so I call it flower, is not in. But otherwise, it's up to date.
Oh, so yesterday's isn't even in?
Isn't even only yesterday's isn't in.
Well, and today's.
Well, I don't put in today's because I don't know.
I was able to put in mine today's.
Okay, well, lately mine hasn't hit the hottest part until like 6 o'clock, which is odd.
Very odd.
Yeah, and your leaves are gonna look different than mine because I had a Leaf-cident, the great Leaf-cident of 2020, which we'll discuss.
Ready?
Well, I already did it.
I know. Woo, look at them leaves.
So hot.
It got less hot and then it got hot again.
I just was hot. I'm hot. My leaves, I had like, 4 of the same color. It's just like 74 and 75, but they happen to be the same, so.
Yeah. Well, I did too. Look at all that. I mean, it ended up being like 3 colors, but.
But it's pretty. Like, mine is just those colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, this leaf right there.
That was supposed to be bigger.
That's supposed to be a bigger leaf.
Like mine.
Like hers, this one right there.
The bigger leaf.
It's supposed to be bigger. But I miscounted one that was lower, so I had to adjust that one. I don't think you really notice when you just look at the grand display of tree. I don't think the eye immediately goes to that one. No. And I had to kind of rework the shape a teeny bit. But it still looks like a leaf. So I just deafened you with my
Okay, so then today, noodles. If you don't bring noodles with you everywhere you go, are you even a person?
Sponsored by Pastaroni.
Pastaroni, I just want to take a moment to say, is my favorite noodle company, and I'm not joking. Pastaronis are life. I have like one of like 8 different flavors in my pantry, and the reason I brought it was because I was going to have it for lunch because I ran out of milk like a week ago, and I still haven't gone to the store to get milk, so I was going to use her milk for lunch. Turns out her milk went bad, and she does not have milk.
I found out the hard way last night when I went to drink milk that the milk wasn't as fresh as I had hoped.
So I've just been sitting here listening to how delicious I know this would be if I could only eat it. But I don't have milk.
Okay. We need a cow.
No, I don't think I'd feel safe with that milk. I think we just need somebody to go to the grocery store for us.
Or we could do it ourselves.
Yeah, I just hate going to the grocery store. It's no fun.
I don't think anyone... Well, actually, I do know someone that likes going to the grocery store.
I think Hunter likes going. She just has it.
Jan does. Yeah, I don't know.
So I spun Universe Jar, which I realized... I texted that to somebody at one point, and I realized that's not what it's called. It's called Universe in a Jar, I think. Yeah. But I just shortened it to Universe Jar, and I realized, like, that's not a phrase that, like, makes sense. So I'm sorry if that confused people.
Or I would shorten it to Unija.
Unija. Okay, well, I won't call it that. I will call it Universe Jar. Randall Spangler. And I would like to say that I did enough that you should recognize a difference. I will still put up the before and after screen.
Oh no, hang on.
You should
Luke
know.
is calling. Look.
Goodness.
Luke is calling. Another one. Okay, sorry about that interruption.
Excuse me, you're going to steal the thunder again?
Phone
I was
calls.
going to say welcome back. Welcome back.
But I sound a whole lot nicer when I say it.
How long were we on the phone?
A while.
How long stole the thunder? I was amping you up that this was going to be the best thing you've seen all day. And then she's like, hang on, you could call.
Well, I thought it was work, but it was my husband using the work phone because he's still at work because he's working late again. He tricked me.
She just stole the thunder. Again, it's fine. I'm just going to show it to you.
Thunder!
Bam! Da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bam! Okay, but like really though? It like looks pretty good, huh?
It's a lot. Excited. She showed me earlier and I got really giddy.
I even got some new colors in there. Some pinks and purples I've never used before.
It's so pretty.
It's really pretty.
Make sure you take a picture so you can do the before and after.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I tell you now, but that doesn't mean you're going to remember in a minute.
I'll do it right now.
And like a little kitty cat, your Cheshire cat kind of matches.
It does.
And then you have a cuteness.
I really enjoyed stitching this week.
Wait, why isn't that the back?
Probably. They all got mixed around.
I think you just bought the button ones.
Maybe.
That's what a lot of my backs look like.
Yeah. Yeah. I did more than 1,000 stitches, so.
I'm trying to see, because you said you snap-nabbed.
Oh yeah, and I also snap-nabbed. And like there's still some, like especially if you look from the side, there's still a few that you need to fix.
Yeah, but it's nothing like before.
No, it's a lot better.
feels smooth too.
Smoother-ish. So this is my big accomplishment of the week. Aren't you proud?
It is.
I did
I'm
a lot of
impressed.
stitches, guys.
I'm proud of it.
And I've had a lot of headaches. That's really impressive.
That you had a lot of headaches?
That I had a lot of headaches and I did stitching.
See what happens
Despite
when you
headaches.
put your mind to it, and when you stay home a day when Jacob's working.
Yeah, that was really the big help.
You should do that more often. I mean, I know that you like love each other and like you're almost
It's
newlyweds
nice having
and all
a day,
that,
though.
but
It's
you
nice
should have
having a day.
every woman should have a day to herself.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
I agree.
Probably men should too. I'm not a man. I don't know how men operate, so
Yeah.
I
Who knows?
I don't know.
Okay, what now?
I have a lot of haul.
Oh my
I told you last week that with my dad, the whole hospice thing, I got a little depressed and I got a lot depressed and I did a lot of depression shopping.
Yes. And so it's all trickling in.
But I want to say thank you to all the nice things you all said last week in the comments. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thumbs up to you.
Thank you. So yeah. Let's start with McKenna. Stitching in Sequins.
Mm-hmm.
She has a website, 1880 for Stitchery. If you have not been there, I was going to say I recommend you check it out, but if you're on a budget, I don't recommend that you check it out because she has like a whole section of $2 charts. Basically, she gets a lot of stash from people that pass away or, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else, but she just some of it comes from the attic. So there's a bunch of not older stuff, but some of it is older. But there's a bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily see on 123 Stitch or whatever. And some of it you do see there, but her prices are generally cheaper because she,
It's
discounted.
second-handed
Yeah,
or...
it's used.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She can get into trouble. The problem is she keeps adding stuff because this woman passed away and she got, I think she said 75 pounds of stitchy goodness. And so she's been putting things up. And she started with stuff that I wasn't that interested in, like specialty threads that I don't use at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like Needle Necessities and Vicky Clayton and like things that I kind of feel like you have to need them a little bit. Like I wouldn't know what to do. And then she progressed to some kits and then some charts, and I saw a teaser that she's about to put up fabric sometime this week. So by the time she edits this, it'll probably have already happened, so you all didn't beat me to it. But I keep checking like every hour. If you look at all products, that shows the most recent. And so I go in there every so often to see. But I ordered once, and then like a few days later, she put a bunch more stuff up, and I ordered again, and that stuff's not here, but the first stuff is. She ships crazy fast. Like, fast. She's in, I think, Arizona. And
Did you actually check the mailbox?
I did not check the
Possible
mailbox,
it's in the
but it
mailbox.
wasn't in the tracking, either the info and delivery.
Okay.
But I got an email from her that said it shipped. But normally when she says that, within a few hours it's showing up on the info and delivery, and this was like 2 days ago and it didn't. So it's the first time it hasn't been like almost instant. I mean, like you buy it, it ships. Like she is crazy fast. So thank you, McKenna. You don't watch us. You don't know I'm thanking you. But so from 1880 for Stitchery, I saw this before. She put up a bulk DMC thing where it was like 100 skeins for $45. And at the time, I was like, that's not great. Like, it's not bad, but I can get that cheaper with like a coupon from Michael's. Excuse me for spitting all over the place. I get excited when I see DMC. And so I didn't buy it. Mm-hmm. But, as probably everybody knows, or will soon know, DMC raised the prices. So now, instead of being the 56 cents for us in the US, it's 60 cents. And then when you do the 40% off, I'm not going to math that, but I did at the time and realized that the 45 cents each is maybe worth doing. So I did.
So I think it's kind of funny, but
That's
also, like,
a
I kind
thing.
of get it, but also...
You can never have too much What is your problem? You can never have too much DMC.
Okay.
What's your problem?
No problem. It looks pretty in a clump.
Look at my clump of DMC. It's just an assortment of colors. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. She just sends you an assortment of goodness. And I counted. There's 100. But, and I'm not in any way complaining. Trying to find one. I saw one a second ago. Here's one. I think it was 3 of them are the I don't know what they call them, but the variegated ones, but I think they have a name.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. I'm not at all complaining. His is a yellow one, and I think there's like a pinky one in his someplace. I'm not complaining. I have no problem with that. And then there is one that's not actually DMC. It's something else that I didn't recognize, but it's just one, and I would assume that she had no idea anyway, because...
Why would you just be sneaking in?
Exactly, and she must have a ton of DMC because it didn't go away. Because usually when you buy something, then it says out of stock on the website, you see it, but this is still there, so clearly she has more sets of 100, so there's 100 skeins of DMC. Stitchy goodness. And I mean, it's decent colors, like, you know, 413, we use that. I think there's a 310 in there, there's a white, there's that was it 3806, 3608, 3608, that one I was missing, and I was trying to find the one with the right thing, and then my mom squished it in. There's one right there. See? It's all good.
Helpful.
It's all good.
Would have been helpful.
But she was also selling some fabric, but not a lot of fabric, and this was a 28 count even weave, and it's raw casual. 20 by 27 for $10. I was like, for something that size, that seems like a good price.
Yeah, that does seem pretty good.
And the edges, like, look like they've been hand sewn in different colors.
Surged.
So, like, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. But this is that fabric I keep buying and don't realize I bought it. This would be the third piece now.
You just must really like it.
Apparently so, because I keep buying it.
What about pandemic on that?
It's a possibility. We can visit that possibility.
It would probably go better with earth tone things. And purple's not really earth tone.
Yeah, well, you know, I showed you that ivory, the antique white, whatever it was that day, the last time we filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And then two of the people suggested like a cream ivory antique white sort of thing. So I'm kind of leaning towards that for the pandemic, but we'll see. And then she was selling this, and while just looking at this, I'm like, I don't really know if I would stitch that. Teresa Wensler Mermaid? Don't know why I had to look at that.
Is that
seems fairly...
merman?
No, that's just a mermaid. She's got an earring, and she's got the whole collarbone thing, and pretty decorative.
Alright.
And long hair. I mean, not that men couldn't have all that.
I know. Gosh.
Anyway,
Sorry. I'm just gonna take a picture of it so people can see better.
But I think it's Dina Half Stitch is stitching it, and it's beautiful. So I was like, okay, listen, Julie. This is not something you're gonna find every day. Like, you can't just go buy Teresa Wensler just willy-nilly.
Yeah,
and the Rocking Stitcher bought a Teresa Wensler PDF recently that turned out not to be a PDF. I think I told you that before. Mm-hmm. And that's why I would have had to buy this if I was going to do it. So I would have had the same problem. So when I saw this and it was $6.95, which is actually what that sticker right there says from the attic, I was like, okay, I can do it. So, yeah. That looks like Leisure Arts way back whenever this was. It was $6.95 too. I was looking to see if there was a date. Oh, but this is the one, look, like I can't actually show you the chart. Mostly you can't see that. It's stapled so that the actual, like, the bulk of in here is inside. Inside. You can't just turn the page. It's inside. You can't open that. So I'm going to have to stitch that one day. And I've been kind of eyeballing this. It's not like I love it so much I have to have it, but at the same time I'm ordering stuff, I'm already paying shipping, and I've been looking at it for weeks, maybe even months. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. It's a silver lining, sterling silver, like it's giant. Oh my god. So, purple's my favorite color in case I hadn't mentioned that 52 times. And it's actually charted in Anchor first, and then DMC. So I thought that was kind of weird, but it's probably just old. It's copyright 1999, so yeah, that's kind of old. And I'm not saying this came from her stash. I don't think it did, because I've been eyeballing it for a while, but I couldn't actually tell. I'm guessing this did, and the DMC, but beyond that, I'm not 100% certain. And the shipping's just $3.75. It's a flat rate, like 1, 2, 3 stitch. So
But that's not helpful if you order 3 or 4 times.
True that. Are we good? Do we need to stop it? Or we...
We should stop it, unless you... Do you have more haul?
Just...
Okay, do that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 Stitch gets me. Because they put things on my wish list that are on sale.
Uh-huh.
And then I go through and find all the things that I've really been thinking about that I want and clump them all together, and then I buy it because, flat rate shipping.
Yes.
So this time, it was this one. This was the one I couldn't stop thinking about. Victory Collection Holiday Train. And while that's not an amazing picture, it's the same people that did Ice Cream Birds. And
it looks
love
ice
it.
cream
And
birdy.
I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't. So when that went on sale, I was like, dang it, 1, 2, 3 Stitch. Why are you doing this to me?
They know.
Why?
They know. They know what they're doing.
So when I bought that, I was like, well, I have to buy other stuff. Oh,
no.
You know what? I had a plan because there's a little kit that's on my wish list that went away, and they haven't gotten it back in stock yet.
Uh-huh.
So I saw that on Monday. I saw this on Monday, and I was like, okay, Julie, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check it every day during the week, and we're gonna see if that thing comes back in stock. If it does, then we're gonna buy it. If it doesn't, then we'll just wait till like Friday, and then we'll buy this.
Yeah.
I got an email from Picture This Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Wednesday. My plan was working beautifully till I got this email. And they said they were forced to discontinue 2 colors because they can't get the dyes anymore.
Oh.
And that I think there was a lot in the email, but there was other stuff that they wouldn't be able to do, and they were going to contact the people that had ordered it already, and they were going to work it out, and they were really sorry, and blah, 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 blah. The 2 that they were no longer making was Stellar, and I think it was Haven. It's either Haven or Helix. I think it was Haven. So I immediately went on to 1, 2, 3 Stitch to see if they had any stock. The Haven was already, it was only Ada left, and I don't hate Ada, but it wouldn't be my number 1 choice. But the Stella they still had. So I didn't want to buy, a huge piece, because I wasn't even positive I knew what color it was, because every time I buy fabric, it turns out to be a different color. But
history.
I'm like, so then I was like, okay, well, I have to buy it, right the second before everybody that got this email rushes and gets it. So then,
Yep.
So I got a piece of Stella, just a 12 by 17.
Ooh, how
Isn't
bright.
that pretty? You know what I'm thinking? As soon as I saw this today, it came today. As soon as I saw this, I thought of that, you're not going to know what it is. The 4th of July looking triangular birdhouse with the little birds. Remember she sent me the piece of fabric, but it was 40 count, and it was super dark, and I was like, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this might be a good color. I'm not 100% positive,
okay.
but that's what I'm thinking. If not, there's got to be something, right?
Yes.
There's going to be something that I'm going to want to stitch on that. That's small, because...
I think Pandemic stitched white would look good on that.
Yeah, well, I can't get anything that size anymore, probably, most likely.
Yeah.
But I do agree. That would be pretty. I did buy something from Picture This Plus weeks ago.
I don't think you folded that right.
Okay. Weeks ago that hasn't arrived
wrong.
because, obviously you have to wait a long time when you order fabric. And one of them is a darkish blue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it came out this-ish color, I'd be really happy. But I suspect it might be darker. And that's, initially I bought that and a pinky colored one for the Pandemic. And my idea was to stitch it in either white or ecru. So I have a cone of ecru and a cone of white on my wish list in 1, 2, 3 Stitch. But the ecru actually has been out of stock for quite a while. So this is 32 count, and I think it's really pretty. So, I'm buying stuff. I've wanted this one. I've looked at this one. There's very few Mirabilias that I actually would want to stitch. And this is a new one, and I was like, I balled it from the day it came out.
Oh, yeah.
And other people are stitching it, and I thought I could live vicariously through them.
I do remember you saying that before.
I think Musings with Jillian is stitching that, and I thought, I'll just watch her stitch it. It'll be fine.
Right.
Everything's fine.
No.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it. It's fine. Here it is. Apparently it's not fine. There's a bunch of mill beads. I ordered what I could, and treasures. I ordered what I could, but 123 Stitch was out of stock because apparently everybody else is stitching it too. But I do like the fabric, so I bought it.
Oh yeah.
This sticker sticks to everything but the fabric. It like literally doesn't stick to the fabric. 32 count, peaceful purple.
You like purple.
I do like purple. I think she's so pretty on the purple.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the new DMC colors because I'm pretty sure... Well, I bought the tin of new colors way back when they first came out. And so I guess I've used a couple, but I suspect I have enough for this.
Yeah.
But
no biggie.
I did buy the treasures, the little flowers, and some beads.
Yeah. How pretty.
Oh, I feel like those are going to blend into the fabric, but...
Only if they're on the fabric and not on...
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they're probably on purple spots
look
anyways.
right
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those little flower treasures. And I was like, whoa, these are big beads. I mean, I just hit the add, you know, on 123 Stitch. So I bought what they told me to buy. And these beads. And then these are pretty little... It says treasures, but they just look like little...
Roundy things.
Oh, wait, I missed one. So I'm missing other beads, but they have come back in stock. In the meantime, I've seen them, but, you know, it's like, what, $1.48 for the pack of beads, and then you have to pay $3 something in shipping. So I'm just kind of waiting for something else to go on sale. Well, there is something on my wish list on sale right now, but it's not something that I love enough to pay that much for. It's like a Dimensions kit. It's like a cabin something or other. And instead of being like $40 something, it's $30 something. And it's really pretty, but it's like full coverage, and I just don't think I'm ready for that right now. So, yeah. So I will order those the next time I feel like I really need to buy something. The next time I need some retail therapy. One last thing. This said it was a kit, but it also said it didn't include the floss. I bought all the floss except for the one, which is out of stock, so I will get it. But it does.
It does have a kit.
I love the eyes. The eyes just they make me giggle.
My goodness.
Jingle my bells. Oh, it's so cute.
That's such a you.
Oh, I'm probably too close. I'm sorry. Let's try backing it up. Jingle my bells. Says the kit contains everything you will need to complete the ornament with the exception of the floss. And when I read that 123 Stitch, I was like, well, then what's included?
Yeah. But there's stuff. There's like weird yarn and felt. Eyeballs. Bells.
And perforated paper. I don't think there's a needle, though. I think they lied. I don't see a needle.
I agree.
Yeah, the eyeballs. Oh my gosh, those are eyeballs. I just love like fat animals with big googly eyes.
They're so lovable.
Animals just, I have a weakness. I like fat. Like, I don't want it on me, but anything fat with googly eyes.
You just want to go,
Exactly.
Oh, you're
so
adorable.
Cute. So cute. So the flosses for that, I won't make you look at them all individually, but those are the flosses, except for the one that's missing. And, you know, I can never tell what's variegated and what's not, like, online. So then I always, like, I get it and I think, I could have used DMC. But, you know, I'm not really angry. That's variegated, that is.
Green doesn't look variegated to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, it is. Green
blue
is, barely.
Okay. I don't think these two are... This one's mascara, and I was like, that's just $3.10. And this one is candy apple, and I don't know that there's a... That looks like $4.98 to me. From
they look the same color to me. Well,
this,
not the same color, but
this,
same throughout.
Yeah. You
very
can't
similar to the...
It's a little brighter, but it's more like whatever's on the outside there. I don't think I can bring this close enough. I don't think I can bring it close enough. It's my Afghan. I was just trying to show you.
I think the only other I have...
Wait, I have to spin. You don't get the other yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to spin too.
I have a Pokemon notification.
Ooh.
I play Pokemon Go every day.
No.
Although I
What's the app called?
Tiny. Tiny Decisions. Okay, but I have to like...
Are you going to do it first? I'm going to do mine first.
No, you can do it.
I'm going to do mine first.
Okay.
Okay, beep. It is now recording. And then, ready? What am I going to stitch this week?
Okay, are you gonna actually stitch it? What it says? Is there even any point to spinning, or you're just gonna do universe?
We can spin. Go ahead and do it. And say beep.
Beep!
I already regret this decision.
It tried to make you do it last week, and you
knew
said no.
it would! Okay, it's fine. I'll finish that dang Mill Hill.
Okay,
and then I can work on Universe after I'm done with my Mill Hill.
Okay. Mine's recording.
Okay.
Don't forget to beep.
Beep.
The book I was reading, I finished it.
I told you I would do it again!
I like that.
Chick-fil-A what has what?
Reportedly a secret menu item that is something.
So obsessed.
I thought it said no longer. I'll look in a second. We'll get back to you about what Chick-fil-A is advertising.
Yeah, scroll down.
Well, first I was gonna... Secret menu item that's so obscure some employees won't even make it for you.
Well, that sounds like it's not really a secret item.
I'm gonna click on it.
You gotta click on it 3 times.
I just want
4 times. Why is it so difficult to get that? Oh my gosh! Leave me alone. I just want to read it.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
It's a dessert.
22-year-old.
It's on TikTok.
No. It's
I got confused up there with the Burger
a
King.
fruit-filled smoothie. It's a combination of a Chick-fil-A milkshake mix, a fruit cup, and some soft serve ice cream blended together.
Doesn't sound crazy.
I don't know why they wouldn't do
If
it.
you asked for this, you're probably gonna say no. I thought it said no one. Me
too.
It's N-O-N-O-N-E. No, noni.
Noni?
No. But when you read it, it looks like no one reportedly said. But if you work at Chick-fil-A, I highly recommend it.
Maybe they can't do it because they can't get the blendy stick all in the fruit, you know? They don't want to have to clean it after because of the fruit.
Last month, she posted a video with more than 2.6 million views that showed how the chain restaurant makes its frosted strawberry lemonade, though many people called it a rip-off.
I don't know why.
That video, which
mostly
indicates that the
ice.
drink is made mostly with ice, also appears to have been deleted.
Well, it is. I mean, every place you go to, it's mostly made of ice.
True.
But Stop.
I was
Okay.
trying to send you the screen
I
recording,
know.
and I'm like,
Talk
what button
about
do I
other.
push?
What other do you
Okay.
have?
Okay. So yeah, I'm not spinning the garage thing because, you know, he doesn't come home from work and he's not in the garage. And I asked him yesterday, is it personal? Is it me? Like, I thought we were happily married, but I mean, do you just not like coming home? Because, like, technically he could work from home. He does sometimes, but he swears it's not me. But, I don't
Okay.
know.
I think the only other that I have.
Did you need to start redo it, or did we just do it?
I just
Okay,
did.
I couldn't remember. I'm old! I had this dream
my
last
God.
night.
I knew it was gonna get to this point.
I had this
Go
dream.
ahead.
I had a
Go
dream
ahead.
last night, right? I was trying to talk I'll shorten it. I was trying to talk to Laura Grenier, the shark, the blonde shark on Shark Tank. We were just like standing talking. She wanted to go to the cabin, so I was going to give a direction. She didn't have a piece of
Obviously.
paper, so I was
Clearly.
like, I'll just give you my phone number, because I didn't think she'd want to give me hers, because, you know, like, she's famous
Celebrity.
and stuff. But I'm like, I'll give you mine, and then you can, like, call me or text me, and I'll send it to you, which, like, duh, now I'm going to have your number, but, like, whatever, it's a dream. So I went to tell her my phone number, and I couldn't remember it. Then I woke up. I couldn't remember my phone number when I woke up. I couldn't remember my husband's phone number. I couldn't remember my mom's phone number. I could only remember her phone number when I woke up. And I started to panic. I was like having an Alzheimer's episode or something. Episode, yeah. All of a sudden I was like, that sounds like TV. And I was like kind of freaking out. I actually picked up my phone and looked at myself on the contacts to see what my phone number was. I can remember my husband's now. I can remember my mom's now. Like, after a few minutes, I could. But waking up and not remembering your own phone number or pretty much anyone else's, I was, like, panicky. But I did discover that when you put emergency phone numbers, like, when you set people as emergency in the health app on the Apple thingy, it puts these giant red asterisks on the contacts. Ah, that's pretty neat. Big red asterisks. You have to be careful how you say that, because it sounds like you're going to say red ass.
Booty tricks.
Yeah. Okay, you can talk about other. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Your turn.
We did another tepid night for Jacob's birthday.
God.
So we did it, and it was a little bit better.
I've
It
had
was really
leftovers
nummy.
for breakfast every day this week.
I was not allowed to have leftovers because they are sacred, but that is okay.
I will stab you with my fork if you touch them. I let Steve eat them, though. He's had them every afternoon, I think. Oh, no, today he had his leftovers from last night. It was some weird burrito.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it was really fun. And Jacob had his last little birthday celebration, so now he can't claim it's his birthday week anymore. We've had a full week of entertainment. It's done.
Clayton's got a birthday next week, I think.
Ooh, we
So
should do
it can be
tepid
her
night.
birthday. We should.
We should do a tepid
Gordy.
night.
Although she can't go outside because she's a bird. And that tepid is a little too open. The like hibachi thing, she could flump and shh. That would be bad.
Yeah.
That'd be really bad.
That'd be really bad. Really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. I think that's it.
The bird came back at the cabin, but it wasn't at the cabin. Well, I mean, it may have been at some point, but we weren't up there. But our neighbors posted it on the cabin Facebook group, and they were outside eating, and the bear actually came up to the table, and they kind of freaked out a little and had to scare the bear away, but it took it a while to go, and it was pretty traumatic. So they went inside while it still roamed around, and then they brought out the bear spray in case it came back. So if you want to eat dinner with the bear, I could hook you up.
Shut up, Rosie. He's behind me.
He's right behind Martha.
I'm gonna set him away.
Throw some food out.
No, he'll come every night. He's right in the house.
No. No. You have to leave now.
The other day, I was stitching, so probably 2 days ago, and I was watching live TV. Oh, this might have been in the afternoon. This might have been the last. Did I send you the? I'm not sure. I'm
You
just
sent
gonna
me that picture.
this
I've seen
picture.
that.
Okay, when was
I
that?
laughed at it. I don't know. You start talking and I'll check.
I just wondered. I don't know. I know it was nighttime, because I was surprised by how late they were playing, because this was a live baseball game. I just threw on baseball to watch, and it was yesterday.
It was 8:54 p.m.
Yesterday.
Monday.
Monday?
It says Monday.
Oh, up there.
Monday. 8:52.
Wow,
And then
really?
8:54 you sent me
That's
that.
like the most recent picture I have. Because I haven't done the journal for a while.
Yeah.
Like for like 4 days, I think now. I try not to go more than 3, but I have this picture journal I'm doing. It's actually really cool. Anyways, this baseball photo, I threw on baseball just to watch, and I thought it was really funny because they took cardboard cutouts of people and put them in the stands because there's no live audiences still. So they are already using the audio tracks from like the video games and stuff of the audiences, and then audience reactions. So if there's like, if somebody hits a home run, they have live cheering, they have jeering, they have all the sounds.
Is it from video games or just old games?
Oh, I'm like, you said the same thing.
No,
when I was listening to KFI like 2 weeks ago, and they said that they were taking them from the old video games. And because they're already they already labeled as you bunted it and that's what the sound they'd make. Or you really missed something obvious and this is the sound they'd make. Like they recorded so many sounds, so that way they could hit the appropriate ones.
Something that's not on other that should be.
Okay.
That police chase. With the guy.
Which one? I've seen a few now.
The one
actually.
where the guy ran up that embankment and then got in the gutter.
Wasn't that I think that was before the last episode.
No, the last episode I think we talked about the one that flipped over.
Okay.
And he
this
stuff
week
in the dumpster.
has been a crazy week for police chases. I've watched probably 5 or 6. So there was one where this guy was just clearly crazy.
There's no other way to say it.
And every once in a while, the cops even stopped chasing.
Totally
Everyone
stopped. The
pulled away.
helicopter went away.
Everybody. Because they just they were pulling him over because of a broken taillight or something. And so they were obviously something more is going on. But this guy was driving psycho. So they all pulled off except for media.
The media helicopters were the only...
Which, I mean,
things.
to him, how's he going to know it's a media helicopter and not a sheriff helicopter?
Yeah,
so,
we
I
thought
kind
that
of
was weird.
feel
But we
that's
were also
kinda
thankful
stupid,
because the media did make it so they caught him.
And because he ended up going, more crazy. Like, he was already driving crazy, but then he had this fun habit of slamming on his brakes and jumping out of his car and trying to steal white vehicles that were parked. Only white vehicles and only ones that are parked. And, like, clearly you probably wouldn't be able to steal?
Yeah, even if it was unlocked, how are you going to
What
drive?
are you going to do?
How are you going to drive that? There's no keys.
It was so weird.
This is a big city. This is LA. We're not talking about, like, on a phone where you just pull down the visor and the keys fall.
No. It was very weird. And it got really scary whenever he'd drive past white cars that were parked with people in them, because then you're like, ooh, people? He's looking for white cars.
Isn't he also the one that we came up to the light and he tried to go between the two? And he
Yes.
scraped the thing and knocked the
Pulled
bumper
someone's
off.
bumper off and then stopped and yelled at the person
Yeah.
for not moving out of
Screaming
his
at them.
way.
It was crazy. He's
Yeah.
hanging out his window all yelling at them, and it was like...
So it ended with him actually, they both hopped out of their cars, ran up this big embankment onto the freeway.
As in
or
the driver and the passenger. There were two people on the
Actually,
car.
I think it was a main road. I don't think it was a freeway, right? It was like
it
a
was
main
the highway.
road.
I think it was the freeway.
I don't remember. It was a busy street.
I think it was the freeway.
And they started trying to hitchhike, and they ended up getting into somebody's car, and somebody let them into their back seat, and then I think quickly realized the helicopters are following these people. This is a mistake. And the cops got them. I don't really remember exactly what happened, but...
When they ran up that embankment, first it was like a semi, and it was white, and he was trying to get in the semi, and the semi is like, no, and so he went, and then he's like trying to stop cars to be on stopping, and he stops this one, has a conversation, and then they go around, they open the back
There's
doors,
two of them.
and they climb in, and then they drive like a few feet, but it's red traffic light, and the shit getting out and out.
Yeah, they actually hopped out of the car at one point to, like, throw gang signs or something and, like, taunt people and then hop back in the car. And so we're like, do these people know each other? But by the way the police were treating the driver and the passenger versus these people, and the way they looked, they were, like, sitting on the floor, like...
Yeah, they weren't
Whoops.
handcuffed, they weren't being friends, like, it really looked like
Whoops.
we maybe shouldn't have been good Samaritans in this case.
Yeah.
But. So
See,
I had
that
a
was just one
discussion
of them.
with my kids about, like, don't let people into the car. Not that I needed to, but
Yeah.
just in case. It's okay to drive away. It's okay.
To be rude in that moment.
Yeah, it's okay to run a red light if that's how you have to get through. As long as, like, it's safe, you know. Don't just... But don't let anyone in the vehicle.
Yeah.
So.
And then the second most exciting chase was the car, like, blew up. Like,
Oh,
he
in
was...
Texas.
Yeah, we actually were watching one from Texas because that's how long that chase had been going on. And this car was missing a hood, and he just kept driving and driving. He kept blowing. It looked like he was blowing gaskets. And then they tried to actually throw a spike strip on the freeway, but he hit it just right to where we're not even sure if his tires blew out, but it ricocheted and went under someone else's car and blew their tires out.
I think the policeman felt bad. He's like pulling it back. I go, oh,
I'm so
sorry. We'll pay for that.
But it ended when the engine, like, literally went and then he couldn't go anymore, so he hopped out and ran and didn't get very far.
Yeah.
Lots of police chases this week.
It's
Don't know what's
crazy,
going
yeah.
on. Astrological signs must be doing something weird.
It's
People were
weird.
going crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves wedding, and then I'm going to make you tell them the bad news. I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying every time. I'm just saying every once in a while. Okay.
She's going to tell you that because I'm not happy, so I refuse.
Okay.
Tell them how you're betraying me, how you're
Wedding
stabbing
stuff
me
first.
in the nose.
We still haven't officially canceled the wedding this year, but we're pretty still positive that that's going to happen. So we have secured-ish a location for our wedding this year.
Thanks to who? Who?
Mummy. And
Mummy
Mummy's
wins.
friends.
Well, yeah, because Mommy has friends.
We still don't know exactly. Like, we're in one of two places that are on the same block. It's going to be Newport Beach, on the beach, at this park area, or in this private beach area if we are able to reserve that spot. It'll just be super easy, super simple.
Super quick. In and out.
Except it's not going to be in and out because this particular area has horrible traffic and absolutely no place to
yeah.
park. So it's going to be like a 30-minute commute just into the area, and we can't park. So
Because of a governor that's shutting down Uber in California. So we couldn't even Uber around it.
maybe. It depends on how long they're able to pend the court decision. They're trying to pending it.
Are they putting a pin in it?
No. They're just escalating it further so that way the ruling can't take effect. So who knows? We might not even have Uber to be able to Uber there.
Well, and if Jacob can't secure you a
wedding license, marriage
'cause
license,
everything was blocked out.
it says you have to do it online, like through a video chat, but
You
then like
said
not
that in the
really,
beginning.
and who knows? When I looked, you had to just go into the office, schedule a time, go into the office, and then sign papers and show ID. Not to actually get married, but to obtain the documentation you need.
All right, tell them the bad news.
Okay, this isn't going to be a regular thing, but I suggested that every once in a while, especially when I'm feeling very behind, because keep in mind, I'm doing all of the editing, and then I have a fiance that is home a lot and very needy, that we should do a video every 2 weeks. So I am not saying that you will not see us for another 2 weeks. It is very possible we will see you next week. But occasionally, we might take a little week off so that way I can stitch more than 40 stitches. Like this week, wasn't this awesome? It's because I had extra time. It was awesome.
But you only work 3 days a week, so you have 4 days off every week.
Jacob also has 4 days off every week.
I don't think you should marry him now.
He's just too needy.
You should teach him to cross stitch.
No.
He would just do big X's.
Done stamp.
And we never work on bookshelf anymore.
I know, we haven't worked on that in a long time and we need to.
We need to work on bookshelf.
We really need to.
Yeah.
So just if you don't see us 1 week, don't be alarmed. That's all I'm saying. If you get us to 1,000 subscribers, we'll do it every week for sure.
Really?
Yeah?
You never told me that. I have perked up now. People,
Oh
subscribe.
goodness, she's gonna make business cards and start passing them out at the beach at our wedding.
I'm
Watch our
not
Stitchy
at the
channel.
wedding.
Watch our Stitchy channel.
I'm going to put on everybody's story.
I was like, where is she looking?
I've been walking on weekends to cabin. I did almost 4 miles this last weekend. I did 4 miles the weekend before. You know, walking's so much better when you walk with somebody. Oh, so much better. The time just flies, even if it's uphill in the hot sun.
Who are you walking with?
The first week I walked with myself.
Okay.
And I'm not quite as entertaining as she was. And last week I walked with a cabin neighbor, cabin 3.
Yeah.
We were outside. Nobody was, okay, don't hate me. Nobody was wearing masks on the thing because it's really wide. It's actually a road. And
It's a road.
You know, everybody has masks. It's just outside in the middle of a forest. You see maybe 6 people the entire, 4 miles. And you could easily
Shove each other off of a cliff and say, don't come near me.
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh,
Last week, a man urinated in front of me when I was approaching him, and I was alone, and it was a little awkward. But this week, no urination.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes people take their horses on the
Yeah.
thing. I haven't seen. We saw bikes this time, but no horses. But it's kind of neat sometimes to see horses.
Yeah.
I've biked that too. It's really steep at the end. What are you looking at? What are you doing? Hi.
Taking a picture from my journal.
With taco in it?
No.
Someday I'll tell you the story about my criminal background. The crime I've committed.
I'd like to hype this up and say it's awesome, but I don't know what she's talking about, which tells me that it's not.
When I stole a dog.
Oh! Okay, no, that's a good one. Tune in next week, or maybe 2 weeks, to learn Mom's criminal history. She has not been caught yet. America's Most Wanted.
I feel like the statute of limitations has passed. In fact, I think it passed on that Halloween. That fateful Halloween night.
Yeah.
That to me was
She almost.
approval.
She almost,
Next week I'll tell you about the crime I committed.
Until then, goodbye.
Have a good week. Thank you everybody for all your love and support and woo!